Hello, algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here, and this video is for the people that were at Miss Class on Thursday. It's pretty easy stuff. We're going to learn to uh, graph exponential functions by making an input-output table. Okay. Now, the thing you'll have to pay attention to is what your inputs are going to be, and I'll usually tell you, at least at the base, this part of your algebra careers, and what a negative exponent means. And you should all know that because most of you did extremely well on your quizzes. But a negative exponent means to use the reciprocal. So for this one, I'm going to tell you your inputs are -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and then I want 3 in there as well. All right, I'd like for you to pause the video now and evaluate this function, y equals 2 to the power of x, when x is these values. All right. Hopefully you've done that, and here come my answers. 2 to the third power would be 8. 2 to the second power, I'm making a video. 2 to the second power would be 4. 2 to the first power would be 2. 2 to the 0 would be 1. The negative first power, 2 to the negative first, so that would be 1/2, right? 2 to the negative second would be 1/4, and then 1/8. Okay, so 3 to the 8, or 3/8 is right there, the 0.38. 0.24 is right here. 0.12, the 0.01, the -1 1/2, and then -2 1/4, and 1/8. And I don't know if you remember this, a lot of your classmates seem to remember, there's an asymptote here. There's an invisible barrier. This graph is approaching but will never touch. Okay. And so let's see if I can draw it. It's kind of tricky using the airliner, but it's going to kind of come along here. There we go. Trying to make sure I hit those points. Now, I can do it better with paper or on the smartboard at school, but it's going to be a nice smooth curve. And an exponential graph will always look something like that. It'll look like that, or it could be the mirror image of it, depending on the values. It could even be flipped down this way, or of course the other way. So it'll be one of those four. Now, by the way, incidentally, the asymptote, this line here, the asymptote, remember, it has an equation to it. And the equation is going to be y equals 0. Because if you notice, these fractions, 1/8, the next one would be 1/16, 1/32, 1/64, they're getting extremely close to 0, but they will never get there. The asymptote is y equals 0. All right, here's another problem. Again, I'll give you your inputs. I want you to fill out your input-output table. Okay. And I'm going to make -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so pause the video and figure out your values. All right, here comes my solution. So if I put -2 in here, the negatives cancel out. I get 3 to the negative second. Well, 3 to the second is 9, plus 1 is 10. If I put -1 in there, the negatives cancel, and I get 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay. If I put 0 in there, 3 to the 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Put +1 in there, I get 1/3. And 1/3 plus 1 is 1 1/3. Okay. If I put 2 in there, I get 1/9. 3 to the negative second is 1/9. And so if I add 1 to that, I get 1 1/9. Okay. So -2, 10 is right there. -1, 4 is right there. 0, 2 is there. 1, 1 1/3 is there. 2, 1 1/9. And they're going to keep getting closer and closer. This time the asymptote is going to be the line y equals 1. Yeah, it's going to get closer and closer there. Better not use green. Let's see here. It's going to come down like this, swooping down, and then start to curve, and it'll never ever touch that asymptote. Never. The values will get closer and closer to 1, but never get there. All right. Hey, by the way, you see that +1? The equation of the asymptote is y equals 1. If I go back to the previous problem, what's being added here? Well, it's like plus 0, right? And the equation was y equals 0. All right, that's it for the video. Hopefully you can figure it out. If not, I expect you to come in and see me at Pride Time or after school, because you do have a test coming up and you are expected to take it on time with everybody else. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.